Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a top MLM fails. I cannot believe that it's been so long since I have done one of these. Probably because my upload schedule has been horrible the past couple months with me being sick and everything that has been happening. So I'm very excited for today's video. I think in December, I am going to try and upload clearly my normal 2, but if not 3 videos a week. I will also be doing MLM fails / scam stories every Friday of this month. Since it is December, I like to do 3 videos a week. So I thought, why not do those every single Friday for the last month of the year, because I used to do them every single Friday when I would do MLM horror stories every single week. So I'm going to be doing those every single Friday, and then I am going to be trying to upload Monday and Wednesdays if I can. So be on the lookout in the community tab. I will keep all of y'all updated on the December schedule because I think I want to change it up. I normally used to upload Monday and Fridays, but I'm going to test out, I think, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, along with the vlogs for the vlog channel that go live on Wednesday. So hopefully I can do an MLM fails once a week for this month too, along with an additional video. So most of these MLM fails that I'm going to be doing today were sent to me, except for 2 of them, I think. So if you want to send me MLM fails that you want me to react to this month, because I am again going to try and do top MLM fails every single week this month. I just feel like that would be really fun to do that every single week, along with the scam stories, along with an additional video and a vlog. So if you want to send me any MLM fails, definitely make sure to send them to my email. You can send them to me on Instagram, but normally I either lose the DM or I'm not able to see all of them, versus the email is the first thing I go to when I go to look for content that y'all want me to react to. I always go to my email first, so I'm able to click around and see things much quicker, and then they never disappear because I can put them into folders and stuff like that when you can't really do that on Instagram. So if you would like to send me an MLM fail, I will leave my email down below, and let's just get into it because it's gonna be a good one. So I had so many videos and posts that I wanted to react to today, but I'm going to see how many we could get through because I do have work today. I work from 3 to 11. So I'm like, how much can we get done before I have to get ready for my shift? So this first one was sent to me, and let's see. It's 4 minutes. Let's see what this person has to say.
Do you want to know what blows my ever-loving mind? Is that at a ripe age of 18 years old, you can make an uneducated decision to go into $50,000 worth of debt in 1 year for school. And nobody blinks an eye. It's the biggest scam on earth, okay? I'm so thankful for my education, so thank you. But I think that they take advantage of 18-year-olds not understanding actually how much money you're gonna have to pay for student loans. Or maybe that's just me, but getting into college, I thought that shit was free. Obviously I didn't think it was free, but at the time it felt free, you know? Tell you what, it doesn't feel very free now. And another thing is too, I get that you need to go to college for certain professions, doctor, lawyer, HR managers, teachers, things like that. But, let's also talk about the fact that if you want to be a teacher, you're making $40,000 a year. You can be making more as a bartender with no education and not be in $50,000 worth of debt and make more money. It's just it's crazy to me that we shame 18-year-olds for wanting to have a gap year and figure out what they want to do with the rest of their lives for free, instead of going to college for $40,000+ a year and figure it out while they're there, while they're probably just partying and drinking the whole anyways and not actually learning and cheating on their exams. And it's just it's mind-blowing to me. I just wish when I was 18, somebody would have said, Shelby, take a year, figure out what you truly want to do for free instead of going to college and spending money while you're trying to figure out. You guys want to know how many times I changed my major? 4. I changed my major 4 different times. I am maxed out in financial aid. When it comes to credits, I have almost 200 credits for college, okay? You know how many it takes to graduate? It's 120 or something like that. It's 120. I went to college for an extra 2 years just because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I studied marketing. I studied, oh my God, I don't even know what I studied. I studied marketing. I studied sales. I studied criminal justice. I studied criminology, so many different things. And guess what? I'm not doing any of those things. I'm doing social selling. I got for sales. Yeah, that kind of fits in, but I don't remember what I learned in college 5 years ago. In 1 year, out the other. I just needed it to pass a test. So it's just crazy to me. Like,
there's a lot for me to break down with this. So first she says, you can make an uneducated decision to go $50K of debt a year and nobody blinks an eye. It's the biggest scam on earth. So clearly she is going to be using college to compare to her MLM, or like she likes to say, social selling. She's going to be talking about how much clearly a scam college is versus her MLM. Now, do I think there's scams within college? 1,000%. Does that mean that we can compare college to MLMs, network marketing, social selling? No. I think the MLM reps try really hard to find things that they can call a scam so that they can legitimize what it is that they do, and they can compare the two of those things, when in all actuality, they never even take the time to research their own job as an MLM rep. So they'll sit here and they'll find other things to nitpick. So clearly with college, she's going to find things to nitpick with that. She wants to call that a scam so that she can legitimize her MLM even more, but she's not going to talk about how people are scammed through MLMs. They are not going to talk about how many people lose money or make no money in MLMs. They're not going to talk about the toxic hustle culture within MLMs. And I can go on and on at the things that these MLM reps don't talk about within their own MLM. So instead, like I said, they tend to just find things that they can call a scam so that they can compare it to their MLM to make their MLM sound even better. Now, like I said, do I think that there should be a conversation around college and how much it costs and educating like teenagers on that who are going into college at 18 years old and spending a lot of money or getting loans and things like that? Yes, I do think that that's a conversation that people should be having, but they are having those conversations, especially in 2022 with social media and all of the new jobs that people could do and new businesses that people could open and influencing and all of these other things. People are already talking about that. She then said, you can even be a bartender and make more money than a teacher. So the thing is, teachers understand this. Anybody that becomes a teacher and gets into that profession, they know what their pay is going to be. They understand that. Nobody's going around and saying, oh, if you go to school to be a teacher, you're going to be a millionaire and that's the best job you can get and everything else is a scam. They're not doing that because that would be a lie. So teachers are prepared most of the time for the pay that they're going to have. Now, does that make it right for teachers to get paid such a small amount? No. But on the flip side, they're not being lied to. They're not being manipulated. Teachers are becoming teachers because that's something they're passionate about. They want to teach. It's a topic that they have been probably passionate about for a long time, and they want to teach kids, and that's a passion of theirs. So no matter how much they're getting paid, most teachers are doing it anyways. They're not being lied to about the money that they're going to make and all of these different things like MLM reps are. MLM reps are promised this opportunity to make the big bucks without proper breakdown of pay. They are recruited on the basis of their hopes and dreams while having their vulnerability used against them. This is not what's happening when becoming a teacher. People aren't manipulating people to become teachers and telling them that they're going to make the big bucks as a teacher and using their vulnerabilities against them. They're not doing that. So again, it's two things she's trying to talk about like can't be compared. You can't compare what's happening in an MLM to a teacher, or like the fact that bartenders are making more money. It's an uneven comparison. She then said, we shame 18-year-olds for taking a gap year, but praise them when they spend 40 to 50K in debt per year. So on the topic of that, you can go to college for a lot cheaper than $40,000 to $50,000 a year. And I really feel like this person is, in a sense, trying to prey on 18-year-olds, trying to make it seem like it's a better opportunity to do what she's doing versus going to college to do something that they may actually want to do, because there are a lot of programs that are not going to cost you $40,000 to $50,000 a year in order to get the degree that you may want to get. I also will always recommend to 18-year-olds to do their own research, or at least for parents to teach their teenagers about the job market and everything like that. I think it's really important, if you are someone who's 18 that's watching my video, before you decide on a program or a school, I think it's important to research programs in your area, research the average cost of college for your desired profession. I think it's important to research the job market in your area for that profession or wherever you want to live. In order to do that job, you need to look at the job market. Is there a lot of jobs available? Things like that. And then most importantly, research the average that people are getting paid in your area to work in that profession so that you know this is around what I'm looking at. Or if I get an entry-level job with this profession or with this degree, what's around the amount that I'm probably going to make? I think that it's important to look up those things, and it's important to research these things because they are on the internet. You can find all of that on the internet. I really recommend that 18-year-olds, like she's talking about, to do your research on school before you go and decide on that program that you want to do. So let's keep going. There's a lot to say about this, but again, there is no comparison. Don't compare school, college, 18-year-olds to your MLM, because then you're clearly trying to recruit those people into your multi-level marketing company. Just seems like she's trying to scare people away from like college and things like that so that they can kind of go into what she's doing.
That we put this pressure on 18-year-olds to know exactly what they want to do for the rest of their life when they're 18. Like, they have to know. And if you don't know, you're a loser. You're a lowlife, like you have no drive in life. And it's like, what? Why aren't we teaching kids about making money through social media? Like, this is the future, okay? And maybe you're not with it, maybe you don't like it, but social media is the future. People are making six-figure plus incomes from their cell phone, and it's only more people from here on out are going to start doing the same thing because it's smart. Why aren't we teaching kids about trade schools? Why aren't we teaching kids the other options besides just going to college? Because guess what? A bachelor's degree, unless you're a freaking surgeon or like you need it to get a job in your field, they don't even mean what they used to mean anymore, okay? 30 years ago, yeah, great, bachelor's degree, six-figure income, amazing. Now a bachelor's degree, you get out of college, you can make $13 an hour with a bachelor's degree. So anyways, that's just my little rant / TED talk of the day, because I just think it's crazy that we don't give any other option. And if you don't go to college, you're considered a loser. And I think that is just crazy. And I will be doing different by my children. Not that like my parents like told me I was going to be a loser if I didn't go to college, but like that's what society told me. And like, yes, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be able to pursue an education and have the opportunity, because I know a lot of people don't. But at the same time, like, so many different ways to be successful in life without being six figures in debt. So anyways, have a good Wednesday.
Okay, so she said, why are we not teaching kids to make money through social media and things like that? There it is. So her whole entire 3-minute story before that about college was so she could go into the point that people can make money through their cell phones, through social selling, doing what it is that she's doing. So she just wants people to be more inclined to joining her and questioning college and things like that, so that they are more inclined to join her MLM. The thing is, on top of that, other avenues are talked about. People talk about influencer jobs, trade school, starting your own business. That's talked about every day now. I know even for my own, niece and my little brother, they're 17, 18 years old, and both of them know that they have multiple avenues that they can take, and they understand what route can be taken for what different job or what thing they may want to do. So they are talked about. So I think that the main problem is that she doesn't like that people won't join her MLM, and instead she blames them not joining on things like, oh, nobody's teaching about other avenues other than college. That's not true. People are teaching about MLMs, but they're teaching it in the negative sense that she doesn't probably like. They're talking about the fact that they're commercial cults, that most people get scammed. They are looking at income disclosure statements and breaking it down, showcasing the fact that most people don't make money in MLMs. People are looking at what the FTC is saying, that most people don't make money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing companies. People are looking at FTC lawsuits and exposing these things. Then the only people who are talking positively about MLMs are one of two people. One, people in MLMs because they benefit from that, or other people who profit from them but aren't in MLMs. For example, you have people like No Shame Sales Game, who teaches people online how to do network marketing right in her mind, but then she also charges them $365 a year, I believe it is. She has like a subscription, she sells things. So when I did the math on it, I think it showcased, based on the amount of people she has in her program and the price that it costs, she makes about $1 million a year just on that program. Clearly, she's going to talk positively about it because she's profiting from it. All in all, what I got from this is she clearly is going to talk down on things like college and stuff like that to kind of put what she's doing above that and legitimize multi-level marketing companies even more, when in all actuality, MLMs, in my opinion, are commercial cults and they scam most people who join them. So now let's look into the next MLM fail. It is a pretty quick TikTok. For this, she's reacting to a comment that she got on a video where someone asked, is that an MLM? So someone had just asked, hey, is what you're promoting an MLM? And this was her response to it.
Are you new here? Oh, I feel like people unfairly judge direct sales because they've watched one Lulu Rich documentary. Anytime I post a video about the jewelry that I sell, the comment section is like, That smells like an MLM. Is that like, okay, tone it down. People have no problem when an influencer with like 1 million followers has an Amazon storefront. But when an average person like me uses a company like Stella & Dot and it gives them access to selling things and making a commission, it's like suddenly like the strangest concept. I'm sure there are bad companies out there, but like, let me live, you know? If you see somebody's video putting their makeup on or selling jewelry and you don't want it, you can easily not buy it. Or you can, and help me pay my car payment. I hope that answered your question.
Okay, so she said that people unfairly judge MLMs because they watched the LuLaRoe documentary. So I do feel like the LuLaRoe/LuLaRich documentary was a really well done one. I actually did a review breaking down each episode. I'll link that down below if you've never seen that video and you want to see it. That documentary essentially showed us how much an MLM can scam people behind the scenes. It showed us the manipulation behind closed doors, and it allowed us to finally see inside MLMs that so much of the time is only presented on social media with this like perfect perception while being the complete opposite behind the scenes. And this happens a lot in MLMs. On the front end, they're always promoting like this amazing community and they're so supportive and this and that, and their products are amazing. And they have this like perfect online perception that they promote. But then on the back end, it's completely opposite. So I feel like a lot of the times you're not able to see that unless maybe you watch something like the LuLaRich documentary where it showed both sides. They interviewed past people, top reps or ex-top reps. They interviewed the actual like CEOs. You were able to see the perception they were trying to promote versus what was actually happening behind the scenes, which we don't get to see very often. And I think the thing is that people are not unfairly judging MLMs just off of one documentary. They're judging it based on a lot of different things, statistics, facts, and the constant exposing that's happening through all the companies. It's not one company that's being exposed. It's not one company's statistics that came out that show that that company sucks and is bad and you can't make money from it, or exposing one company for having toxic hustle culture and teaching people that they should be using the death of, you know, somebody to promote their MLM. Like, that's not just happening with one company. That's happening MLM wide. That's the problem with MLMs. It's every MLM company uses these same tactics and manipulation. I don't think I've really seen an MLM that hasn't used the same tactics, or an MLM where I've looked at it and been like, oh, I don't see anything that's wrong with it, or I don't see any part of this MLM that is using the same disgusting tactics that most MLMs use. No, most of these MLMs, I would say 99.9% of them are the same. They use the same tactics and the same manipulation. And it's showcased through, I think, on my YouTube channel alone, how similar all of these MLMs really are. So it's not just one MLM or one LuLaRoe documentary that gave someone this perception of multi-level marketing. It's everything with the industry in general and the MLM business model. She then said nobody has a problem with an influencer with 1 million followers who has an Amazon storefront, but then an average person like me uses an MLM to sell a product. It's like the strangest concept. It's not that you, this MLM rep, selling a product through an MLM is a strange concept. It's the fact that people do not want to support a business practice that scams most of its reps. And we've seen a lot of MLMs scam their customers too. And a lot of people decide that they don't want to support that business model. So people don't want to buy from an MLM company because that supports the company more than it does the rep itself. The company, at the end of the day, if I were to buy a product from you, the company is getting most of that profit. You're getting a small percentage, 10, 15, 20% commissions, while that company is getting 80, 85, 90, 95% of that profit. And so it allows that company to continue scamming people through a false business opportunity. And that's what people don't like about MLM. So in my opinion, it has nothing to do with it being a strange concept, because things like being an influencer and affiliate marketing are already happening. They just do not want to support the MLM itself. And that's what it comes down to. Even your best friend that loves you and will support you in everything you do may not buy your MLM product because that company is profiting from it more than you ever will. So people don't want to support that, and they have a right to not support that if they don't want to. And then she also mentioned, I'm sure there are bad companies out there. MLMs say this all the time. I've seen this in every single MLM. They always say this. Oh, I bet there's bad companies, but it's not mine. It's just MLM wide. People don't like multi-level marketing companies, point blank period. Ooh, now let's look at No Shame Sales Game. So you guys know I've done many videos on No Shame Sales Game reacting to their content, and I thought that I would add this one in a MLM Fails. It is a Instagram reel that's about 30 seconds. So we will react to that, then we will read the caption, and then we will react to the caption.
People say that you can't make real money in network marketing unless you recruit and build a team. First, I would want that person to define what real money is, because is an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month, shit, even $200 or $300 a month, real money? I think so. Because if real money can only be defined as 6 or 7 figures, then I'm willing to bet that that person in your DMs isn't making real money at their traditional office job either.
Let's break this down, and I will give a disclaimer. We're going to be talking a lot about money in this one. I just love talking money. I love talking numbers. So she started off with saying, when people say you can't make real money in network marketing, who's saying that? Nobody's talking about making real money in network marketing. People are talking about the fact that you can't make money, period. You cannot make a livable wage, a side hustle income from 99.9% of multi-level marketing companies. And you can find out that information through their income disclosure statements, through studies like the AARP study, the John M. Taylor study, what the FTC says about MLMs. So yeah, people are saying they do not believe that you can make money, and they are showing statistics, facts, and sources to back up that information. They are sourcing literal income disclosure statements that the actual company, the company itself, took their numbers, they put it on a sheet of paper, and they released it. People are going off of that. Nobody's talking about real money. Any money is real money. Give me a dollar bill. That's real money. I can touch it. I can feel it. That's actual money. People are talking about, can you make livable wages? Can you actually make money? So then she said, oh, you can make an extra $1,000 to $200 a month, or even $200 to $300 a month. Problem is, most people aren't making thousands of dollars a month. Even if people are making $200 to $300 a month after expenses, most of them will make little or no money, while some of them lose money after they go over their expenses and they break down what their actual profit is. The problem is, we don't see a lot of MLM reps actually take the time to calculate their profits. They only see a paycheck. So a lot of MLMs will pay you weekly. People are saying, oh, every single week I'm getting paid something, even if it's $50, then $20, then $70, then $100. That's what people are seeing, but they're not going into that, and they're not actually deducting their expenses from their paycheck and then seeing what they're getting paid after that. Or after a year, they're not going over, okay, what did I make every month? What was my paycheck? What were my expenses? And then let me calculate at the end of the year how much money I made and how much money I lost. Most people aren't doing that. So after looking at expenses and deducting that from your paycheck, most people are getting paid cents, or like $1, $2 an hour for their work, which is unacceptable when you're talking about doing this as a real job or actually making a profit. That's unacceptable for the amount of work that most people put into an MLM. Now, let's talk about the numbers. I'm going to pull up many income disclosure statements, and we're going to break down what people are earning. But first, I want to go over one MLM in particular that I am very familiar with, which is Beachbody. And I'm going to go over what it says, like what Beachbody's income disclosure statement says that they make, what are their expenses, and then how much someone's probably making at the end of the year. What is their profit? So let's go over this. Again, it's a lot of numbers, and I'm going to be reading from my screen so that hopefully I don't get tongue twisted and I say everything right. So while looking at this, the average Beachbody rep makes $3,169 a year. They took all of the numbers that every single MLM rep made in a year, and then they found the average, which was $3,169. So looking at the yearly expenses, let's put the how much a rep makes a year to the side. Let's look at the yearly expenses. A Beachbody rep will spend around $1,200 to $1,440 on auto ships that they are required a year. So that includes the PV requirements that they have for Beachbody every single month, and then the auto ship that you have to make in order to hit Success Club. So reps will spend on average about $1,440 on auto ship requirement. Now, what other expenses do Beachbody reps have a year? They have what's called a monthly business fee. Now that business fee is $15.95 in the US and $19.95 in Canada, I believe, so about $20, but we're going to go based on the US one. So if you take $15.95 and you multiply that by 12, you're going to spend $192 on business fees per year. So you have that $192 on business fees and about $1,440 on auto ship requirement. Now, let's look at if you were to go to a trip. Most Beachbody reps that are active go to the summit that happens every single year. I'm only going to go based on one trip. If a Beachbody rep went to one trip a year, let's go based off their summit, which everybody's invited to, and most reps are told that they need to go to, you are looking at a $300 ticket, around, because I did the math on this and I looked it up, around $300 to $500 on airfare, depending on where you come from. Clearly, if you're coming from the UK, you're going to spend more than that, or Canada, you're probably going to spend more than that. But based on if you live in the US, you're going to spend about $300 to $500 on airfare, and you're going to spend around $900 on hotels. So I calculated that based on the average hotel price in the area of the event. So you will find yourself spending anywhere from $1,500 on the low end to $1,700 on the higher end, not including food costs or products purchased at the event, because at these events they have new product releases and they have like clothing and stuff like that you could buy, that a lot of people do buy. And I'm not even including food costs, literally what you need to survive in the world. I'm not even including that. So in the end, if you do not attend this Beachbody trip, you'll spend a minimum of $1,632 a year. So that is based on the monthly PV requirements and then the business fee. This doesn't include new Beachbody releases, where about the average rep will spend $90 to $100. So I'm not even including that. I'm just including what is required. So if we calculate that, you're making about $136 a month. Let's say you work 15 hours a week. You will end up making $2 an hour, and even less than that if you work more than 15 hours a week. So now, if you actually attend the trip, you will automatically be in the negative profit-wise if you make what an average Beachbody rep makes, because clearly you have to take the cost of products per month that's required. You have to take the business fee that's required. And then the trip itself, I told you, can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700. If on the low end, you were to calculate that $1,500 plus the requirements for the year, you would get $3,132, which means you made $37. Or if it's on the higher end, the cost of that trip, you will be in the negative. So I can continue to break down these numbers, but I just wanted to show an example that most people are not making money, period, in MLMs. And if they are literally not going to any of these trips, not doing any of that, only spending money on products and the business fee, they make $2 an hour if they work 15 hours a week, and then they end up making $136 a month. That's ridiculous. So those people that are making a couple extra $100, like she's saying, or a couple extra $1,000 a month, a very slim percentage of people are making that money. And then the only way that those people are even making that money after expenses is due to the bonuses that they are earning from their team. Okay, so my camera shut off because my card has too much on it. So now I'm like, I don't know where I left off, but I think I was talking about the fact that in order to make what she is saying, that you can make an extra couple $1,000s a month, you will need to build a team in order to do that. Because if you look at income disclosure statements, the people at the bottom rank, you can also look at the averages that they're making, and they're very, very, very low numbers, showcasing the fact that the higher you go, the bigger the team you have, the more money that you're going to be able to make. So in order to make that couple extra $1,000s a month after expenses is by having a people below you that can buy and sell products for you, while you're clearly also doing the same thing. So the average rep, based on what the FTC says, will make little or no money, or they will lose money. So that's the same thing that these income disclosure statements are showing. So now let's look at the caption. So the caption of this stated, "For when trolls and haters say you can't make real money in network marketing unless you recruit and build a team, it's simply not true. Is an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, shit, even $200 to $300 a month, real money? I think so. And you can absolutely make that by simply selling products and never building a team. If real money can be defined by 6 or 7 figures, then I'm willing to bet those trolls aren't making real money at their traditional office jobs either. Get out of here with that BS. So let's do this. Roll the tape. So let's use Beachbody as an example again. You, No Shame Sales Game, are saying that people realistically are making $1,000 to $2,000 without ever recruiting. Let's look into it. I'm going to look over 3 different MLM's income disclosure statements to prove that this is not really happening. So first, the average Beachbody rep at the lowest rank, meaning they never recruited a single soul and they're just selling products, they make an average of $491 a year, not including expenses. We already went over expenses, which clearly the minimum you're going to spend is $1,632 a year. So you're in debt, or you're in the negative. You never made a profit. You never made a couple extra $100 or $1,000 a year in Beachbody. Now let's look into Rodan and Fields. I believe this is the MLM that this rep was in, or is currently in. I don't really know. Some people were telling me that she's no longer in the MLM, but I don't have that like 100%. So it showcased that 71% of reps, 71, meaning they only sold to customers, never recruited a single soul, which she's saying you can make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month by never recruiting anyone. So 71% of the 73, they will earn under $1,595 a year, not including expenses. So even the MLM that she's in or was in even showcases that you can't do what she's saying you can do. You're not going to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month by just selling products and not building a team. Because where is that happening? Not on the income disclosure statement, not on the averages that these reps are earning selling to customers. Let's look into one more. Let's look at Monat. On the Monat income disclosure statement, the average rep makes $831 a year, which is $69 a month, not including expenses. If you were to add the expenses, it would not be looking good for a Monat rep. Now, that number included every rep in Monat, even the ones that are making, 6 figures, 7 figures. So let's look at the bottom rank, meaning they never recruited anybody. 93.36% of people are at the first rank in the company. And you want to know how much they make on average? $144 a year. 93% of reps make $144 a year, meaning they make $12 a month, not including expenses. So as you can see, if I were to literally take every income disclosure statement that I could find, it will prove that people are not making an extra couple $100 a month even in an MLM, let alone the thousands that she's saying you can make by just selling a product. People aren't even making that in a year in most MLM, especially those that are at the bottom rank, not recruiting like she's clearly talking about. So these numbers only showcase that after expenses, after people put in the numbers to look at their actual profit, people are definitely not earning what No Shame Sales Game is saying that they can earn. So if we're being realistic, in my opinion, No Shame Sales Game is promoting a false reality. She is lying to her followers and making them believe that they can make this money when they probably cannot if they were to look at their company's income disclosure statement or the facts of the company. And I really feel like going through these numbers and just these 3 MLMs, it really makes me, and let me know if you guys like this idea, it makes me really want to make a whole video going over every single MLM's income disclosure statement that I can find, where I can break down the average of what these reps are making. And then I can actually look into not only the average the reps make, but what the expenses are that the company has. And then I can showcase what the average rep is making after expenses. And I really feel like I want to do that now, where I can look up every single MLM, income disclosure statement I can find, where I can go over these numbers, where we can have one source, one video that we can link with all of these sources to show people that this is not realistic. What this person is promoting is not realistic. And she makes a profit off of teaching people these things because these people are spending money in her yearly memberships and things like that. So these people are going to look up to her as somebody who's an expert, and then they are being told this false reality. And I don't vibe off of that. I don't like that, because I was in an MLM once where I believed that person. I believed the person that was at the top of the company. I believed, that person that showed me that they were an expert. I just went off of what they said. I didn't even look into facts or anything like that. So I would love to make a video on that if that is something that you guys feel you would be interested in. The last video is a super quick one. It is literally less than 1 minute. It is from a rep that was in an MLM, is in an MLM. So it's a 41-second video, and let's see why network marketing is not a scam.
I think network marketing, this is my opinion, doesn't mean it's fact.
Yeah,
I think it's the best opportunity for someone that doesn't have a surplus of cash to go start a business. They can get started for $200, $300, $400, $500. It's not guaranteed, but they can get to 6, 7, and even 8 figures a year through hard work, learning, persistence. But there is a stigma because there's a lot of people in our profession that do it super bad, super wrong. They market it terrible. They say it's a get rich overnight thing. Dude, it's not a get rich quick. It takes time just like anything else. I mean, network marketing's giving me my shit. It's giving me a lot, man. So it's good.
Okay, that is it. So this person is saying it's not a scam because they think it's the best opportunity for someone who doesn't have a surplus of cash. So I don't agree. While yes, it can cost $100 to $300 to start most MLMs, the cost long-term, which clearly the rest of this video has already showcased the cost long-term, can be thousands and thousands of dollars. So what I have found MLM reps try to do is they will try and do this thing where they show, oh, you only have to spend $100 to $200 to start. let's compare that to an average cost of what most people are, spending money on when they start a new business. So they are trying to show you that you only have to spend this small amount of money to get started. So they are doing this in the hopes of getting people in their MLM that only have that couple extra $100 without truly expressing the costs that go into MLMs over time. And this happens in most MLMs that you will join, or most of these calls that you get on for these like opportunity calls and stuff. You will see that people will do this. They will showcase that small amount or that small number that it will cost to join, but they're not going to talk about the thousands that you will probably spend over time in business fees, in product fees, in these trips that you're going to go on. So they normally don't go over that. On top of the fact that they don't go over income disclosure statements, the average a rep may make in that company, they don't go over what the FTC has to say. They don't even go over like the truth about the average cost it takes to start a small business, because there are many real businesses out there that can get started with only a couple $100s. I know a lot of people, I've done videos where I've talked about that and I've said, hey, comment down below if you're someone who started a business with only a couple $100s and it's, doing really well or whatever. I have had people tell me in the comments, I've had a lot of people tell me that they have their own business and stuff like that. So you can do something and you can start a business with only a couple $100s and it be something that you own. It is yours. You can make it how you want it versus paying a company a couple $100s so that you can sell their product. So you are putting more and more into a company that you don't own, you can't change, it can shut down at any time, they can terminate you at any time, when you can spend that money actually doing something that you want to do or actually starting your own small business. So I definitely don't agree with this being the best opportunity for somebody at all. Then the last thing they stated was you can make 6 to 7 to 8 figures through hard work, learning, and persistence. Let's just go off of pure fact. What does the FTC say? The FTC says, you might think that with your willingness to work hard, you can earn substantial income through the MLM. In fact, most people who join MLMs and work hard make little or no money and some lose money. So no matter how hard someone works, no matter the amount of time they put into the MLM, the odds are very slim. And even the FTC backs up me saying that. So it's a very slim chance that you will be somebody who can make a side hustle or a side income or a livable wage or anything like that from an MLM. And most of it is just luck. It's timing. It's things like that that get you to actually be someone who makes substantial income in an MLM. So with all that being said, that is going to be it for today's video. In conclusion, today just talked a lot about money and stuff like that, which I thought would be like a general topic for this MLM fails, which I enjoyed. So I have a lot more MLM fails coming. Again, don't forget to send me the fails that you want me to react to. And then I'm really excited for December now that I'm bringing back the MLM scam stories and horror stories every Friday. So I am so excited for all of the content this month. With that being said, I think that my camera keeps overheating because it shuts off every 2 minutes. So I'm going to finish this ending off so that it doesn't shut off again. So don't forget to leave me a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see you guys in Friday's video. And then starting next week, y'all should be getting 3 videos a week. Who realistically is paying 40 to 50K in debt? And if you are paying that, or go back. So who is realistically? You can, like I said, you can also go, so they all, and then hopefully I can anything like that. So I am so excited to the content. So in a year, a rep will spend around 12, see, I'm already fucking up.